Ever wondered about the language of flowers? Like, especially in a place like Hong Kong.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we're doing this deep dive into anniversary flowers.
Okay.
It's a Hong Kong flower delivery website.
Okay.
And we're going to uncover not just what to send, but what those flowers mean.
I see. So it's more than just picking a pretty bouquet.
Right, exactly.
Because this website's going to be our, guide then.
Yeah. To, really understand how to speak the language of flowers.
Right.
In a way that makes sense for the culture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they have versions in English and Chinese, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, wow.
So they're kind of bridging local traditions with global flower trends.
I see.
So we're getting into 2-for-1 here.
Yeah.
Hong Kong insights and universally appreciated blooms.
That is fascinating because, gift giving is, universal.
Yeah.
But the how and the why
Sure.
vary so much between cultures.
For sure. So they kick things off.
Right.
Emphasizing that while roses are classic,
Yeah.
they might not be everyone's cup of tea.
Right.
It's about, knowing your partner, knowing their taste.
Of course. Yeah.
Makes sense. But how often do we actually nail that?
That's the thing, isn't it?
Thankfully.
That's the real thoughtfulness behind a good gift.
Yeah.
Showing you really get the other person. Like you said, knowing your preferences.
Totally.
That goes a long way.
Okay, so roses aside, they highlight lilies for elegance and orchids for a unique statement.
Okay.
Are those big in Hong Kong specifically, or is that more of a global trend, do you think?
I'd say, well, lilies and orchids, they're pretty universal. Symbols of elegance, beauty, that kind of thing. Whether they're huge in Hong Kong specifically,
Right.
I'd need to look more into that.
Okay.
But the fact the website's in both languages
Yeah.
suggests they're trying to appeal to both,
Right.
local and international.
Casting a wide net.
It's exact.
Okay, but then they throw in this curveball.
Okay.
Sunflowers for long-lasting happiness.
Interesting.
Not your typical anniversary vibe, right?
It's definitely different. I kind of like it. It's like they're saying,
Okay.
we're going for something more personal, moving beyond the traditional romance, the cliches almost.
Right.
And choosing flowers that actually mean something to that couple.
Yes.
They're dynamic.
It's like saying, forget the mushy stuff. We're in this for the long haul.
Exactly.
I love it.
Me too. If
Yeah.
there's a more modern, you know,
Yeah.
focusing on that shared joy, that lasting companionship.
Mm-hmm.
But then where it gets really interesting is the symbolism.
Oh, yeah. Tell me more about that.
They really dive deep into it. It's fascinating, like a secret code between the giver and receiver,
I love that. It's like they're saying something with the flowers, but not saying it.
Exactly. And they break down all these meanings, like red roses, obviously passion.
Right, but then peonies, they're for a happy marriage.
Oh, I didn't know that.
See, it's fascinating. And pink tulips mean unconditional love.
Oh, that's sweet. It really is, like you said, a whole other layer to the gift.
It's not just here's some flowers, it's here's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And honestly, it makes you appreciate the flowers even more.
Totally. You're not just looking at them, you're thinking about their meaning.
Exactly, like nature's poetry or something.
Oh, I love that. I'm stealing that. Nature's poetry. And then it gets even better. They have this whole section on traditional anniversary flowers.
Oh, really?
Year by year.
Wow.
Some are so spot on. Like first anniversary, they say carnations.
Okay.
And they represent youthful love.
Oh,
That fresh new feeling.
it kind of makes sense. Carnations are, I don't know.
Vibrant.
Yeah, vibrant, like a new relationship.
Exactly. But then as the years go by,
Mm-hmm.
the flowers kind of change too.
That's cool. So what's next?
So for the 10th anniversary, they suggest daffodils, which, symbolize new beginnings.
Oh, starting fresh after a decade.
Exactly. At 25th anniversary, that's irises,
Okay.
which are all about faith and hope.
It makes you realize, those qualities,
Yeah.
they become so important in a long marriage,
Totally. Because it's not just the initial excitement anymore.
Right. You got to weather some storms together.
Exactly. And to represent that, for a 50th, the golden anniversary,
Ooh, 50 years. What do they recommend for that?
yellow roses and violets.
Wow, I never would have guessed that.
It's interesting, right? Because they represent joy, but also long-lasting love and deep friendship.
So it's not just about the romance anymore.
Right. Like your relationship has evolved.
That's more well-rounded.
Yes. And they capture that so well with the flower choices.
It makes you think, what flowers would you pick to show your relationship?
Right. Like, what would your bouquet code be?
That's such a cool way to think about it. It's like you're not just picking flowers.
Yeah.
You're telling your story.
Exactly. Okay, now speaking of picking the perfect flowers,
Yeah.
this website, they're all about personalization.
Oh, like really going the extra mile?
Yes. Like they want you to tailor the bouquet perfectly.
Huh.
They're talking about picking your favorite flowers, getting the colors just right,
Okay, sure.
even adding little extras like chocolates, or a teddy bear.
It's smart. They're tapping into that I want it to be perfect feeling.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it makes the gift feel less, I don't know, mass-produced.
Exactly. It feels more personal, like you put real thought into it, which, I mean, people receiving gifts, they can tell the difference.
Well, for sure. Like anyone can order a dozen red roses,
Yeah.
but a bouquet that's clearly for you.
That's special. That's showing you know someone.
Yes, okay. And then they had this whole bit about surprises.
Yeah.
Like if you want to really wow your partner.
Let me guess. They're suggesting something big and flashy.
Kinda. They said you could do a huge mixed bouquet,
Okay, I can see it.
overflowing with all their favorites.
Or,
A really modern orchid arrangement.
ooh,
So it's unexpected, but still super chic.
because, let's be real, half the fun of a gift is the surprise.
Totally. It's like you enjoy the gift itself.
Right.
But the fact that someone was thinking about you, planned this whole thing.
It makes you feel loved, seen. It just adds this whole other level to the gesture.
It shows they put in effort,
Absolutely. And that effort, that's what strengthens a connection in a way that just a gift alone can't always do.
That's such a good point. So yeah, I feel like with anniversary flowers, we've gone way beyond just, ooh, pretty flowers.
Right?
It's like we've uncovered this hidden language.
It makes you think differently about a bouquet.
Totally. And we've explored the psychology of gifts, like what makes a gift really meaningful.
It's not always about the cost, is it? It's the thought behind it.
Exactly. And hey, we even learned a little bit about Hong Kong culture along the way.
That's the beauty of these deep dives. You never know what you're going to stumble upon.
So true. And it leaves us with this question for you, dear listener.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
If you were designing the ultimate anniversary bouquet, what would it say?
What story would your flowers tell?
Exactly. What blooms would you pick to tell your own love story?
Love that. Something for everyone to ponder.
Right. And on that note, until next time, may your relationships be ever blooming.
Couldn't have said it better myself.